So this here's my office. I suppose we'll start here. My door, obviously. I got this poster from Nakano Broadway in 2019. There was this poster was on basically on every shop, and it had the Wi-Fi password for the mall, the Nakano Mall. And my friend found the artwork by the manager's office. There's a bunch of rolls of it rolled up by it, and you could buy it for like 200 yen. So he got me one. It's pretty awesome. Sound dampening foam, doesn't do much of anything. Got my nice TV here. CRT monitor. Some old Rubik's puzzles. My 1-bit CPU board that doesn't really work. Got to figure that out. A bunch of random junk here. Cubes. This is where the Altair 8800 will be, but you'll see that later. It's in pieces right now. I'm working on it. Keyboard for it. Older sister bought this keyboard for me years ago, and I never really wanted to get rid of it, so I haven't. It's the Sim 1, Synertech Sim 1. Let's see if I can get rid of it. Here's a ZD board I've been working on. My girlfriend and me. As you can see, I have a bunch of I/O cards on it. Just crack it open. Oh, it's on. Whoops. As you can see, I have a different chip. It's not a 6502, but this is a 65C816 compatible chip that is Pin 40 compatible. So it's kind of a 16-bit CPU with an 8-bit bus. Unfortunately, I can only use the 64K of RAM on it, but I'm planning on figuring out how to do banked RAM at some point. I've been really seriously working on the Sim 1 as of late. Here's the Sim 1 manual. Obviously got the different power supply. Here's a 6809 computer I've been working on. I haven't actually tested. I'm waiting for a couple clock chips to come in, but this will be my lifetime project. I don't really know how to. This is from scratch. I'm using Grant's 6809 computer design, but it's using a different UART chip that I'm doing a bunch of research on and trying to figure out how to make it work. And that'll be pretty cool. This is my first bench power supply for it. Oh yeah, I guess down here I got my PS3 and I got my PS4 calculators and stuff. Bluetooth module for wireless. I was watching Steins Gate last night while I was soldering. I had it up on the TV. I watched it like 10 million times, so I just need to listen to it. Don't need to watch it. Some cubes around here. My tablet for video and YouTube while I work. I got my PDP 1170 simulator. PyDP 11. There's no lights on it, not because it's not on. It is on. It's just I had to reinstall PyOS, and I haven't rebuilt the 64-bit version of the software yet. I'll get around to it. This here is my 3-chip CPU that I'm working on. There's a 555 timer. There's a program counter and a RAM chip. Computer stuff. My keyboard monitor for it. I got my Z180 computer. This is the Rotten Snow computer from Tindy with a bunch of expansion cards. I got the PyGFX card in the back. It's connected up to this monitor and this keyboard, so I can switch between it should I need to. I got my flight set up, as you can see. Drawing tablet. Got my Pi 4 8-gig version with dual monitors for work, so I can do a Linux development here and SSH it over here and test out OpenGL stuff. I got my router over here and drawers, mail, and a bunch of CPM boards and junk. Not junk, just stuff. Got project things and more calculators and stuff down here. My Oculus 2 longboard. Gotta take that out sometime. Japanese textbook. And here's an absolute mess, but in the bottom I have an Apple II and an AIM-65. Up here I got my Ender 3. Got this used and put a lot of work into getting it back into working order. Got the nice new screen and board and bed leveling. So there's that. It's a little wobbly up here, so I need to get a piece of wood here for it. This is my, what is it called? It's the TMS 9980. That's the same chip as the Texas Instruments 994A. I need to figure out a power supply for it before I can really get to use it. I have a Gigatron back there. That's the board with no CPU, but just TTL logic. There's a chip in there backward I gotta fix. Radios for RC planes. Z280 board. I have a couple of these. A bunch of stuff from the Move. I don't really have a whole lot of space to unpack all of this, unfortunately. Stuff from the Move. Yeah, there's a Commodore 64 in there. It's in pieces though. I gotta put it back together. It's an adding machine I'm trying to fix. It's seized up, as you can see. Here's a memory kit box for my Heathkit. My Heathkit 3400. I'm trying to work on that, trying to get the memory kit put together. I have my CP/M laptop there, and I use this as a CP/M laptop. I have a bunch of cards and discs for it. It's the Amstrad NC200. I got my Virtual Boy. I picked this up in Vermont, actually, in the mall. I was there with a friend just one day, and by chance they had it out that morning, and apparently they put it out that morning, and I'm like, yo, I gotta get this piece of history. And this thing has been kitted out and repaired very well. It's not gonna break again, pretty much. They did like some custom flex boards in there for the eyes and stuff. It's pretty awesome. Here's the Altair 8800 Altairduino. Last night I was putting the expansion plug on it because I got the 1.5.2 board on it. I was up to 3 a.m. soldering this up. I'll put this together at some point. Here's my Texas Instruments 994A. It gets connected up to this monitor. And this, not this keyboard, but this is running Symboss right now, which is my MSX2 Plus emulator, or FPGA emulator, I guess. This guy hooked me up on Tindy. I mean, it's a very new store, and I really want to do a video on this thing eventually. But he hooked me up with all this gear for it, and he's been absolutely wonderful helping me get this set up. It's really worth looking at if you're into the MSX2 Plus scene. Here's the expansion board I got from Famous Davis. I put some standoffs on the LEDs because I want to make a nice case for it. And I want to sit it up on top. This is my 8088 board. I've never really used it because I think some keys are stuck. 8088 assembly, I think it's fascinating because it's a transition between, the 8080 versus like a modern CPU. And I really want to get into it, but I haven't really done too much of that. It's Otter Station. Funny story is my parents got this for me for Christmas a few years ago, but I forget what happened, but they ended up getting 2 of them. So they tried to return one, but the shipping company said there was hazardous material in it, and they couldn't send it back, so they just gave them back the money. So I had 2 of them. So that's kind of funny. Down here, right? I have the C64. It's literally called the C64. This is like an emulator box. It's fantastic for C64 work. I've got a Raspberry Pi tank here from an old friend. Got my computer books. Got assembly books, and I'm really into this program called Art of Illusion. I've been into this 3D modeling program for, well, since 2010, really. It's a freeware thing made in Java. It's not great, but it's a fantastic piece of software, and some guy made a book on it. Here's the faceplate for the Altair Arduino. I got my OpenGL books and programming, my calculator book. Over here I got my PS2 set up. I got FreeMC boot. So that's all set up for it. I got Suzume no Tojimare. I gotta watch this at some point. I got my manga, some childhood books from home, and of course I got my Tolkien books. Can't leave without those. I'm also into old American cookery. It's pretty interesting. So I have books on that too. I have this book. Is Computer Time Travel. It explains how to build a 4-bit CPU out of transistors. Walks you through it. I've got some manuals here. Got some Japanese stuff down here too. And yeah, that's really it. It's not that big of an office, and hopefully when we move to a real house, I'll have a lot of room and be able to have everything have its own place. Yeah.